Welcome to the line. Welcome to the Show Me the Money call, you guys. This is going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing call today because we are not only going to tell you about what we're going to do, we're going to have people show you some real results about these amazing sprays. But you know what? Let me get myself out of the way and let's bring on Mr. T. Mr. T, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me, Nikisha?
Mr. T, I can hear you, and we just got off the phone a little while ago, so I know that you are excited about tonight. This is going to be a major, major blowout call. How are you doing, Mr. T?
I'm good, and thank you so much for welcoming everyone to the call. And I just want to tell all of you who are listening to get your popcorn ready and fasten your seatbelts. We have some amazing testimonials. You'll hear from Collegia and the Slim Girls in Fort Worth, Texas, and then you're going to hear from some of our newest rising stars. I call them the Razzle Dazzle Brazzles, all the way in Houston, Texas. And then Nikisha, myself, and Mr. Alan Jones are going to triple team on the compensation plan. Nikisha, I'm going to get a few announcements out the way, and please, if I leave something off, please feel free to interrupt me. But I just want to let everyone know some of the exciting things that are happening here with 10. The new website, we should have the new website launching by the end of this month or the beginning of next month. I know for those of you who've been with us a little time, you've been asking about this new fulfillment center. And folks, I'm getting emails and texts every day. People are getting email notifications. Products have already started arriving in 2-3 days. So I am so excited about Mel and Amy and the new fulfillment center. And then we have our new marketing, state-of-the-art marketing tool that will be launched here. Again, we got so much going on here in the next 30 to 45 days, but Team Effort Network TV, where and you'll be able to see your prospects there. They'll be able to hear testimonials, hear the compensation plan, hear anything and everything they need to know about this opportunity and this wonderful company 24/7. We just came out from an iPad launch, and Mel was over the top with that, but they kept it going here with this brunch cruise that's going to happen and on May 18th, day after our 10 University on May 17th. And all you need to do to qualify, folks, is sign up 2 people at the Diamond Pack level. Nikisha, I got my notes are just scattered all across my desk. Did I leave anything out? Did I leave anything out?
Oh, Mr. T, you left just a couple of things out, which I think are really huge.
Okay.
Number one is Team Effort Network is going worldwide. We are going worldwide, opening up new marketplaces in Japan, Australia, and I know Miss Anita Poole, she's on the line right now. She will flip out because we are coming to the UK. We've already got approval to go into Mexico. And then my very, very favorite is that we got cell energy for everybody. Cell energy for you, cell energy for me, cell energy for everybody. So this is a really exciting time now. So, Mr. T, let them know how exciting the cell energy is because, man, Mel and Amy, they just go big, right? They always go big.
Always. They go over the top. And thank you so much for reminding me about that. But the Cell Energy, folks, anyone who purchases a Diamond Pack this month, as well as you're on the Diamond Pack auto ship, you're going to receive not 1, but 2 Cell Energy sprays. So everybody who's in at the Diamond Pack level and purchasing the Diamond Pack this month, you're going to get 2 Cell Energy sprays, and if you're on the basic 4 spray auto ship, you'll get 1. But almost everyone I know is on the Diamond Pack auto ship. As a matter of fact, we got people with 2 or 3 auto ships. So again, Nikisha, thank you so much for that. And folks, we're going to move right along in our call. Just to let you know, 10 is a division of Team Effort International. And Team Effort International has been in existence for 11 years, debt-free company. With our sister division, My Video Talk, which is our technology arm, has a very similar compensation plan to 10. Well, folks, with My Video Talk, there's over 300,000 representatives worldwide with that division. And not only that, something that I want to stress, folks, there's several millionaires, people making $100,000, $200,000 per month with a similar comp plan with a non-consumable product. And we're going to get into that later in the game, but I wanted to let all the new people know on the line, this is not just somebody's bright idea and we're starting from scratch. Folks, we've been in existence, we've been around the block, but we have a brand new opportunity here with less than 1,000 people in the country in this opportunity. Next up, we're going to talk a little bit about the products, and I'm just going to take literally 30 seconds and name the products off, and I'm going to let the products do some, I'll let you hear from some people who are using the products, is what I wanted to say. So first up, we have the D-Power, which is our sunshine in a bottle. This product has helped people with asthma, diabetes, sarcoidosis. Those of you who missed the call on Tuesday, oh my goodness. We're going to have Miss Sherry and Tracy Shaw back on sometime next week, but just to give you an abbreviated version, Miss Sherry had been using an oxygen tank for 7 years, 24/7 around the clock. She started using our vitamin D and B on a Saturday night, and by Sunday midday of this week, since Sunday midday of this week until now, she has not had to use that oxygen tank. And again, you're going to hear it from her live next week. Our B-Boost, this helps people with low calcium and energy. Our Super 10 helps boost the immune system. Our Slim by 10, you're going to hear from Miss Kalesia Washington here in about 15 seconds about that product. And then we have our Cell Energy. Again, we talked a little bit about that. That product has glutathione in it. And, folks, I can't tell you, when that product comes aboard, they'll probably sell out in the first 24 hours. But going right into some amazing testimonials, we have Miss Kalesia Washington all the way from Fort Worth, Texas. She lost, folks, 75 pounds in 3 months. Kalesia, why don't you come to the line and tell us about how this product has worked for you, your excitement, and tell us about them Slim Girls.
Oh, yeah, I got to tell you about the Slim Girls. Hello, everybody. I'm Kalesia Washington. Baby, I have been excited. So whoever told you to get on this call, believe me, I got some words for you. It is called Slim. And that I have been doing, slimming. I'm going to tell you how it got started with me. Everybody, I want you to know Alan Jones, I've been knowing him for the last 5 years. And he had inboxed me on my Facebook, and then he texted, and he just kept going. And I was like, okay, let me see what he wants. And so he asked me to come out to the office, and so I said, well, let me go and see what Alan got going. He's a good guy, and normally when he runs into something, I know it's got to be something good. So I said, well, I get there, and I look at him, and I'm like, wow, is this really Alan, or is this his brother? And I seen, half of Alan was gone. And I was looking, and when he went to smiling, I was like, oh, my God, I said, what are you doing? He said, come here, open your mouth. And I was like, what? And he said, let me spray this. And then he sprayed it. I said, oh, that tastes pretty good. Give me a little bit more. He said, no, 3 shots. He said, take 3 shots in the morning, 3 in the lunchtime, and maybe 2 at night. And I was like, what? I said, what is that? He said, this is how I done it. I was like, oh, my God. So I said, okay, well, let me try this. And then so that's how I got hooked, you guys. I was already, trying to work out. Had my cousin from Houston to come up, and she gave me my little schedule and telling me how to get on this treadmill. And I had already been on the treadmill, and it wasn't nothing moving fast enough for me. And I was just tired and sluggish. So all of a sudden, when I got to using it, I started working out a lot more. So I'm on the treadmill. I'm walking fast now. And I'm like, okay, this is really working. Then the pounds start falling off. I said, 10 pounds? Already? Next thing you know, I turn around and I said, well, I'm going to keep this workout going. Go, girl. I'm talking to myself. And then I'm like, you're doing good. So next thing you know, now I am running on the treadmill. Guess what? The ladies at work started saying, what are you doing? I say, oh, I'm just spraying. I did them like Alan did me. So then they was like, oh, that tastes pretty good. You sure that's what you're doing? You ain't had surgery? I said, no, I ain't had no surgery. So one of the ladies, one of the Slim Girls, I got to call her name Audrey. I'm so proud of her. she tried it, and she got the B boost, and she got the 10, Super 10, and so she started taking it. And next thing I know, I seen Audrey running around the job and doing different stuff and doing this, and she was just as hype. And then so she called me that Saturday. She said, I just want to let you know, me and my doctor was going hallelujah in the doctor's office because I had already lost 7 pounds, and I ain't never had no blood pressure normal, and my blood pressure was normal. And y'all, we just did another physical for the job. We both went through, everything was normal. Blood pressure, we could see and everything else, but y'all, I got to tell you, after seeing Audrey and y'all, it's been history. That's all I've been doing. Every week has been more ladies. And then this last lady I got to tell y'all about, her name is Baby. This past week, last week she called me and said, bring it to me. My cousin is doing that, and so I want the same thing. I say, okay, so I ordered and everything, and y'all to know she stayed active. And so she drove from there all the way up here to Fort Worth, and actually we met at Trader Village in Grand Prairie. She got the stuff, she started using it, and baby, from there on, it's been history. And I tell you, this is a dynamite woman, and I really love her, and I love her company. But last night she kept me and Alan up, and we was all excited. And so we just started talking about the other girl. So I'm just letting y'all know, from the district where I work at, right now I have about 20 women that we're all walking 30 minutes a day, and we own this film, and they're dropping it pounds like crazy. So whoever told you to get on this call to hear what I had to say on my testimony, I'm letting you know. Get the film. Get the product. It works. I do all of them. My skin is beautiful. I'm hyped, as you can tell now. Woo! Let me take a look. Woo! I gotta let you know, guys. I am hyped. I'm kind of holding back, but I can really scream, but I don't want to hurt nobody's ears. But hey, I got to get it back to status. I'm about to start shouting up in here.
Thank you so much, Miss Washington. Boy, I tell you. And you know, the beautiful thing is, folks, after last Tuesday's call, Deledra called me. She's like, Daddy, if I have somebody on the call, guess what? They want to come here right away. So, folks, get your people on this call. You know, facts tell, stories sell. Next up, thank you again, Ms. Deledra, but next up, we have some brand new people to the team. Let me just do a mic check and make sure they're out there. Dr. Reginald, Dr. Rosie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Is Dr. Rosie there with us as well?
Yes, I am.
All right, folks. Some beautiful people here from Houston, Texas, Dr. Reginald and Dr. Rosie Bravo. They've been around in the industry for a while, had some great success. I tell you, just fallen in love with them. We've been on the phone literally every day. They just hit the ground running. Folks, they got into this business in their first 24 hours. They won the iPad. They became team builder qualified. They're executives right now. I think they're already qualified for the brunch cruise on Sunday. Literally setting the world on fire. They have some lofty goals here, but just so excited to have them on the team. In Detroit, they say they're going to give you a run for your money, so I'm anxious to see how that plays out. But Dr. Reginald and Dr. Rosie, why don't you guys just come to the line and share some of the excitement that you guys are experiencing with your team?
All right, go ahead, Dr. Rosie. You go first. Ladies first.
Oh, my goodness. I know you don't want me to start talking. I don't even know where to start. Basically, I want to say thank you, Dr. Vincent, for telling us about the product. I want to thank Pastor Denise for explaining everything to us, and Thaddeus for helping us understand what was going on, because basically I was actually looking for a vitamin D that was absorbable and that I could get into my system, because the doctor had already put me on a prescription vitamin D because I said I couldn't get enough over the counter. But the other thing with that is I can't absorb it either because my condition says that, I have malabsorption. So it just really wasn't getting enough in my system. I had like a level of 15 when they first checked it, and the doctor just checked me last year. All these years that I've been suffering with fibromyalgia, which is a syndrome, a combination of a lot of different symptoms. All these years, nobody had checked my vitamin D until last year. And it was like a 15. But what made that so crazy is that all the symptoms of vitamin D deficiency or the symptoms that they've been giving me pill after pill after pill for. A pill to sleep, a pill to get up, a pill for pain, a pill for constipation. All the symptoms that the other pills cause and all that, the deficiency in vitamin D was lack of that is just caused. So when they got me up, they only gave me 3 months supply of the prescription vitamin D. When they got me to the lower rim of the range, which is up to 30, they wouldn't give me any more. They said I was fine, but I wasn't fine. I was starting to feel a little less pain, but not enough. But all that to say, when I finally got my vitamin D, which has only been a week ago today, the next morning on a Friday, I got it on the afternoon. I started spraying the vitamin D and everything else, all the others, because I had all the products and I sprayed all of them, I promise you. The next morning, I woke up early, and I always wake up early, but I couldn't get up in the morning. I never hardly got out of bed before 10, 11 o'clock, even though I was awake, because when I would get up, even the bottom of my feet would hurt to walk on. My fingers on my right hand wouldn't hardly bend. My husband would bring my medicine to the bed and open it for me before he left for work. Friday morning, I got up. I walked on my feet. The bottom of my feet didn't hurt. I'm not going to talk about my fingers because that didn't happen until I didn't notice until a couple of days ago that my fingers don't hurt to bend when I bend them in the morning. But that Friday morning after I got my product, I was feeling so good. And I remember what Pastor Denise had said about her lungs and the asthma, and I heard another testimony about asthma. I woke up on Friday morning early, and I got out of bed and got my product, and I went looking for my friend Ann. I guess I was just nervous. I put in the address that I had in my phone to go and find her because she has asthma, and I couldn't wait to tell her about the product. Apparently, I put the wrong address in the phone. I mean, in my GPS. So I went to the address I thought she was at, got out of the car, knocked on the door, and a lady comes to the door. She said, I asked for Ann. She said, she doesn't live here. She doesn't live here anymore. I said, oh, my God, I'm so sorry for knocking on your door. She said, okay, that's okay. So I was on the call by then. I was on the 10 o'clock call, Pastor Denise's call. I started walking back to my car, and she closed the door, and something said, well, why don't you tell her about the product? Because I was so excited somebody needed to hear. So I went back to her door, and I knocked on the door, and she came to the door. I said, look, this product is so great. Somebody got to hear. I came to tell my friend about it, but she's not here. So will you listen to this call with me? So that's all I knew to do. So I put her on the call. I just stood there. She was standing in her front door with the door open because I'm a stranger. She didn't want to let me in at first. About 5 minutes into the call, she said, come on in. We can listen inside. After we got inside and we started listening to calls, she heard all the testimony. She heard my testimony and my excitement. This lady bought a bottle of D for me. She said her whole family probably needed it because all of them have diabetes. She got that bottle of D. She said she's going to give it to her sister because she felt her sister needed it more than she did. Then she called me back a couple of days ago and asked me to come back. And, I forgot. She asked me if I'd speak at her church on the product and do a family meeting for her and her family, letting them know about the product and how they can help them. And then she bought another bottle of the D. She wants to sign. She's signing up, and she wants her whole family to sign up. I don't want to take up all this time. There's so many things happening until I could talk all night. And I just don't want to take up everybody's time because I know there's so many other people with things to say. Thank you for having me on the call. But we have to have another couple of calls. And I've only been on there a week, but we have to have another couple of calls just for me to tell some more of my testimony. So, thank you, Annie.
Thank you so much. That is amazing, amazing. Dr. Reginald, we still got some airtime for you, sir. Go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. You know what? I'm so excited for my wife, as you can tell. I mean, she's a whole different person, and this was the main reason we got into this particular arena of, business. We've built organizations of thousands, but we've never experienced the type of product that we have right now, and the simplicity of the program. You get to, and that's it. They get to, if everybody could just focus on that. But what's so powerful about this is that, the product is selling. I'm getting all types of testimonies from people that have been on the product for a week. One guy, I'll just share this right quick with you. His blood sugar was always between 115 to 120. And he said he never could get it down to, below 115. Within 5 days, I called him, and he told me, he said, you know, this stuff, it is working. I mean, because it was at 108. I mean, testimonies like this, and I could share many, many, many others, I mean, within a short period of time that we've been involved. But I'm going to tell you something. My whole mission was, number one, to help my wife, okay, because I don't really have any health issues, thank God. But, you know, my whole mission is to help with this financial cancer that's out here. That's what I call it. You got many people that have given up. They don't have any hope anymore. They don't have any dreams anymore. They stop dreaming, especially when you get up at an older age, because you've been through many businesses, you've had many downfalls, many financial crises in your life. And this is an opportunity, whereas we have the product, we have the compensation, we have the right owners, because trust me, we've been in some businesses, they had the right product, didn't have the right ownership. So my whole thing right now is my mission is to get rid of this financial cancer. And by the way, many of you are not aware of it, but if you Google, there's a chiropractor that's talking about the vitamin D is anti-cancer. You cannot get cancer with the right, proper vitamin D. So, and of course, we all know what Dr. R says about vitamin D. You know, and so, but anyhow, I'm just excited. I could go on and on like my wife says, but my whole thing, my main purpose is because I want people to start dreaming again, hoping again, driving the kind of car that you want to drive, living in the kind of house that you want to live in, and not have to live in a house determined by your job, by your income. You know, God made us. He said all things are possible. And I want to leave you with that. And I thank y'all for allowing me to share my testimony.
Woo, man, Dr. Reginald and Dr. Rosie. Oh, my goodness, the future, folks. Just get ready. Thank you all so much. Amazing, amazing. And Dr. Rosie, you already know you guys are in the rotation already. I told you that the first time we spoke. So be looking forward, folks, to hearing more from them in our upcoming calls. But next up, we're going to show you guys the money. And, folks, you see why we like talking about the money, because with testimonials like that, it just makes everything just work so smoothly. So next up, I'm going to bring back to the microphone here Miss Nikisha Bond. She's only been in this industry for about a year and a half, but, you know, just operating like a veteran. Nikisha, come here and get us started with the money, and then we'll bring Mr. Alan Jones to help us close that out. Nikisha.
Absolutely. Oh, my goodness. You guys are blazing on fire right now. I mean, you know, Mr. T, if I can just divert for a little bit, when we first started this call, and it was probably less than a month ago, you know, just a couple of people on here, a little bit of excitement, but now you hear this passion. And these are people who are just coming into the business, that they're just seeing what we've seen for maybe some time right now. But it is just amazing how quickly this momentum is going. And you know what I think, Mr. T? I think part of the reason that we're seeing that is because the price point is so reasonable. And that's the first way of getting paid. You know, it's easy to see why Dr. Rosen was able to, you know, sell that spray right at that moment, because when you're telling somebody that they can have a higher absorbency in the spray that, by the way, tastes great, because my son loves it. I mean, I don't have any problem giving my kids any of these vitamins. Let me just say that. But when you're telling someone it's $25, they don't have any problem whipping out their credit card and paying $25. And to know that you can turn around and make a 40 to 50, and in some cases, people are making 100% profit on these sprays. That is why I think we're seeing this explosion happen so quickly, because Mel and Amy really knew you got to get it at the right price point that people are going to be willing to pay. And I think, you know, anyone that you talk to, Mr. T, what are you hearing people selling these sprays for out there on the marketplace?
Anywhere from $25 to $35, and you know, and that this part of it here, and I'll just say this real quick, and I'll flip it back to you, Nikisha. Just the ease of the retail aspect of this business. I've been in this industry, you know, 15 plus years. I've done nutrition. I've broke records with nutritional companies, but I got boxes in my house right now. I'm looking at in my office here that, products here, products there. I just had one of my good friends here locally about 2 hours ago. He's like, "Where is my D and the B? What's up? Why are you holding the brother up? I need my D." So I can't even keep the inventory of these products. I mean, I got my mother-in-law who's not even in the business selling a D and the B at church to some people who need the D and the, it's just unbelievable. The retail aspect of this is unparalleled. Back to you, Nikisha.
Oh, my goodness, that's so funny, because I was thinking of that the other day when I went in my garage. I'm like, look at all these boxes of stuff in here. What am I going to do with all this stuff? But these sprays, it is so hard to keep them in stock right now. In fact, I got to place another share pack order. Anyway, let's get back to the money. So the first way of getting paid, like we just described to you, is the retail. It is so easy for people to retail this product, easier than I've seen in any other company that I've ever investigated. The next way is to build a team, and I love what Dr. Reginald was talking about. That, there is a cancer outside. The 40-40 plan is over, right? You can't work 40 hours a day and work for 40 years and retire with a pension, especially in my generation. I don't think I've ever had a job that had any type of a pension. And so people are having to find alternate ways and multiple streams of revenue. And the great way about this business is not only can you sell this product at a great price, but you can actually have people join on your team, and we take that distribution chain, which is I think about 60% of the cost of any product that you get, and now you get to pocket that. And in fact, in this business, you're getting about 70% of the profits of this business. So if you're new to network marketing, if you're new to this call, you should know that when a product is going to market, it goes from the manufacturer, goes to this huge distribution chain, and then you see it in the retail stores. Well, about 60% of that is just the advertising, the boxing, all this other kind of stuff. And so when you break that down and you now get people to use what we use every single day, which is word of mouth, and you guys heard it on the call from all these great speakers that we had on. When you're using word of mouth that you do every day, now not only do you get the opportunity to reap the benefits from that. And so all you have to do is get to. That's a simple plan. It's get to and help to. So the fast start bonuses are when you get your two, you're going to get $50 for each one of those. And when you help them to get their two, you're going to get $25 for each one of those. And then you become an executive. And once you become an executive, you get another $100 because Melanie believes that reaching the foundation of executive is like the foundation of this business. That's how you're really going to kick your business into the atmosphere. And so that's the first way of getting paid. And these fast start bonuses, you can do these multiple times. So you don't have to only get 2 people. You can get 3 people or 4 people or 5 people, however many people that you want. But the key to this binary, which makes it so powerful, is that all those people end up in your organization. So you end up working as a team, helping everybody out. But you get fast start bonuses on all the people that you personally enroll. The next way of getting paid, and I love this one, are the cycle bonuses. So this means that when 4 people join on the left and 2 people join on the right, or vice versa, it doesn't really matter left or right, you're going to get $100 plus a 50% match. That means you're going to get $150 for every 4 and 2 that join your organization. And let me tell you something. Let me put this into perspective for you. We have just launched in the United States. We did that in early February, right? So it's like less than 2 months old. We just launched in the United States. We are just now launching in Japan, Australia, UK, approval for Mexico. Team Effort International is already in 70 different countries. Let me ask you something. Do you think that you might know someone who knows someone who might be in Japan, or know someone who knows someone who knows someone who might be in Australia? That's the power of it, because it's not just the 2 people that you enroll or the 2 people that you help them enroll. It's everybody in your organization all the way down till the end of time, no flushing, no losing people at the end of the month. If you're not getting excited about this, you should be, because Mr. T, tell me, you've been in the marketplace for a really long time. At the end of every month, what do they do with all that volume that you have? Don't you just start all over again? You got to be even here, there, and the other? It's not like that. You got to get 2 people on each side, help them to get 2, and you're getting paid that $150 every time 4 and 2 join your organization. But even better than that, and this is something that I got really excited about. I come from a business background. Me and my husband, we've been in business for 10 years. And, we were doing really, really well. And then the economy hit, right? Bam, just was not expecting that. And lots of circumstances happened, all seemed like right at the same time, and it just really opened up our eyes that we need to have not only multiple streams of revenue, but we need to have residual income. Residual income is that income that you're making while you're out on the beach. Residual income is that income that you're making while you're out golfing, while you're sleeping, while you're eating, while you're doing the things that you love to do. You're still getting paid. And we have a dual core double binary, which means that not only do you get paid on the front end with those fast start bonuses and that cycle bonus that I was talking about. But you also get paid on the back end. That means that people who are consuming the product every month, because you've heard the testimony, people, even if they don't continue with the business, even if, they don't buy another person, they're going to still continue these products. And as they do that every single month, the computer goes through, you don't have to do this, and they look for 6 points on one side and 3 points on the other to pay you $25 every single month for the entire volume of your organization. So what does that look like, Nikisha? Break that down for me. Let's say that you cycle 100 times in a month, 6 and 3, 6 and 3, 6 points on one side, 3 points on the other. That means that you're going to make an additional $2,500 a month, which is $30,000 a year, working part-time. You guys, do you see how powerful this is? And because you're positioning yourself at the right place at the right time with the right products and the right owner and the right marketplace, because we're doing a paradigm shift with these sprays. No longer are people going to be taking pills. They're going to be moving over to sprays. As you're right in the cusp of that transition, imagine how huge your organization can be and how you can get that residual income every single month that you are not working for, that you just get to relax and sit back and have it come to you. And how do you get these points? These points are just the amount of volume that you get. You can either get 4 sprays a month, which is 1 point, or 10 sprays a month, which gives you 2 points. Let me just say something. I'm not a math major, but let me tell you this. 4 sprays cost you $60. 10 sprays cost you $120, which means that you actually get 2 sprays for free. So I'm just saying 10 is going to be better because you get 2 sprays for free and you get 2 points. So I always recommend that for everybody. But, man, Mr. T, I think it's so excited about this. And I love that they put all of these goody things like this residual income on the back end, because people are going to continue to consume these products month after month after month. But it doesn't stop there. And as Mr. Alan Jones is on the line, I get so excited when he starts talking about this, because Mel and Amy did something really smart. They created a car bonus that Mr. Allen's going to talk about that's not based on how many people join your organization, but how many sprays are consumed every single month. And you guys have seen how powerful these sprays are. So, Mr. T, I don't know if I'm supposed to throw it back to you or throw it over to him, because you know me, I can go on and on and on. So I'm throwing it back to whoever wants to catch it.
All right, cool. Thank you so much, Nikisha. Thank you. Mr. Alan Jones, Dallas, Texas. Where you all over the place in Texas, Alan. High 6-figure earner. He's been featured on Anderson Cooper. Great leader, great friend. Alan, come to the line and take us home with this compensation plan, sir.
Hey, I really appreciate it. Thaddeus, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Great. You guys, Thaddeus said some really great things about me. I just want to give it back to Thaddeus. At the point of time, Thaddeus was the highest paid, youngest earner in the industry. So if anybody you want to look up to and learn from is definitely Thaddeus. Hey, you guys, Ken has the most incredible car bonus program I think I've seen in the industry, period. Hands down, bar none. Like she talked about the product or the residual income. Now think about this, you guys. Just to recap on what she already went over. You got your residual income coming in on people buying the product, right? You got your 4 and 2 cycles that's paying you every time 4 and 2 come in. You got your team building bonuses that's coming in with the people that you sponsor people. You got your personally sponsored fast start bonuses, and you got your retail all simultaneously paying you, and then they added a luxury car bonus. And the way that works is whenever you have 50 points on one side and 100 points on the other side, just to break that down to you, in a perfect scenario, if everybody was on the 10 spray auto ship, 2 points on one side, 2 divided by 50, that's 25 people. On the other side, 100 divided by 2, that's 50. Add them together, you can have a car bonus with less than 75. But here's where it gets incredible. Every time people are ordering products, just like my reps, they always ordering products weekly. Every time they order a product, that's a point. So let's take it for example. 1 week I had to order 5 times. So if I was in your downline, you earn 5 points off of me just for my orders for the month. And I'm just one person. Incredible. And the company gives you 2 options with the car bonus program. You can either buy the car or lease the car. They're going to give you $600, but it does not stop there. They say, hey, you know what? As you go out there and you continue to build and continue to go out there and build, then they'll give you what's considered an executive luxury car bonus. Well, they're going to give you up to $11,000 $1,100 for your car bonus. Now, I don't know about you guys, but what kind of car could you go around if you had a $1,100 a month car payment? Can we say something maybe in terms of Maserati? But here it is. The company don't stop there. They continue to go out there and to reward their reps. They go out there and they give you trips. As you start to grow your business and they start to recognize you, when you advance to the rank of a 1-star, you have like 14 Cypress Creek, they're going to reward you with over $2,000. But here's the thing, you guys. As you start to grow, you get up to like 10 stars, and if you earn $25,000 in a week, guess what? The company says, you know what? We're going to match you another $25,000. That's incredible. Think about what you could do making $50,000 a week, you guys. And guess what? It has to start somewhere, so it has to start now. We have our executive star bonuses and our club bonus for sending you to trips like, Cancun and sending you all the way out to the Wali and Hawaii. You guys, incredible trips for your family. I think we got a promotion going on that if you do $2,000 a week, they're sending you to like Disneyland for your family. You guys, that's things that companies don't have to do, but they doing it on top of your comp plan in ways to reward you. We have rings for our presidential club for people that earn over $100K in our company, you guys. Incredible information, incredible income, incredible comp plan. But here's the thing, you guys. You have to get started. It starts with you. I tell people all the time, here's your first clue. If you've been working in this industry, been working, a job full time, and you haven't been able to save up the money that it takes to start, which is just $3.99 to get you started, then whatever you're doing is not working, you guys. Just think about that. It's just a reality check. We have a business opportunity. For some of you guys that know anything about a business opportunity, if you ever went out there and tried to start your own business, you know that it costs more than $3.99 to start your business. Matter of fact, $3.99 wouldn't even cover the LLC to even start a business. And here you are with $3.99 that's going to get you started. You don't have to worry about inventory. We got that covered. You're going to get 20 sprays. And if you did it for at least $30 a bottle of sprays, you're looking at $600 cash that goes in your pocket. It comes with your marketing system. You're going to have your site. It's going to be tracking your commissions in real time. You're going to be able to go over there, look at your team, look at your downline, be able to send people to your site that can go out there and check out this opportunity. But here's the thing, you guys. I know you've heard plenty of top plans out there. I mean, there's other companies that we've been around in the industry, but here's the facts, and I like to state facts because I believe documentation beats conversation. You guys, every network marketing company goes through 4 stages of growth. 4 stages of growth. And you hear about this all the time, like, hey, what separates this comp plan from that comp plan, this company from that company? The first thing that you want to really look at is the timing. Are you hearing about 10 at the right time? Because if I ask anybody on this call right now, if you had a chance to join Google, would you rather join then or rather join Google now? And I think everybody on the phone will be like, I would have joined Google back then. Why? Because you would have had the opportunity to create millions of dollars as that company took off. And here it is with 10. We just launched a couple of months ago. So we're in what you call your foundation and, we're in your formulation and concentration stages, meaning that 70% of people that join during this time in a company become top income earners. Why? Because once they go into the next stage, which is the momentum stage, it's like a freight train running downhill. You can't do nothing to stop it. People are signing up. Look at the excitement that is brought on this telephone call. People from around the world is hearing about 10, and you're one of the first ones. So when people join in the momentum stage, only 20% become top income earners. And then you have what's called the stability stage. That's companies that's been around, their household names, been around for quite some time. Only 10% of people that join in the stability stages become top income earners. And the reason being is because you missed your opportunity. And like I tell people, position yourself right now with 10 with less than 1,000 reps. Think about that for a second. Less than 1,000 reps. There are people on the telephone like myself, that is Nikisha, the doctor you just heard him, forgive me if I can't remember the name, have put in thousands of people in this organization. What you don't want to happen is you don't want to hear about the 10 opportunity that somebody that you know come to you telling you about this opportunity when you had a chance to join. Tell people all the time, you can have more degrees than a thermometer and be fired or laid off or let go at any given time. Nikisha said this is a business that you can work part-time, but it has full-time income potential. Because one thing that I know is that if we live long enough, we're going to experience some LIFE. And what I mean by life is life can be sickness, life can be death, life can be divorce, life can be marriage, life can be the time you send your kids to college. Life can be paying student loans. Life can be the time you have to take care of your elderly parents. Life can be a pink slip on your job. And these are things that are unexpected things that may cause you to have to pull out a plan B of income that you know that we need, and especially in today's economy. And this 10 opportunity can be your plan B. But one thing that you got to do is you got to get started. If you heard about this opportunity, everybody may have something different that they want from this 10 opportunity. I like to use the thing of the Wizard of Oz. You had Dorothy that wanted to go back home. You had the Tin Man that wanted the heart, Scarecrow wanted the brain, and the Lion wanted courage. Everybody may want something different, but they all have to follow the same path. And our same path is this 10 opportunity, which is the yellow brick road. I'm going to give it back to Thaddeus, you guys. This has been an incredible opportunity. I'm glad to get involved. I look forward to working with each and every one of you. You have a great team, a great chemistry, products that are easy to sell, customers that don't have to be set up on auto ship, so it makes it very simple. No gotchas, meaning that you get two, you can make it to the top of the comp plan. You don't have to swim the deepest sea, climb the highest mountain. They don't try to, you in, and then now they got you because you got to go out there and get 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 people just to keep advancing. No, this is 2, and let your team build a true comp plan with full-time income potential. Incredible. That is back to you.
Woo. Brother Alan Jones, thank you so much, sir. Amazing job. Folks, let me just put this all in context for everyone who's listening. We have a stable company, 11-year-old, not going nowhere, A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Never missed a check with Team Effort International, my video talk. So we have the stability there, folks. We have some amazing products. You've heard the testimonials. Then we have an unbelievable compensation plan. And you can get started for one-time, out-of-pocket, $3.99. Folks, let me give you this quick example. Again, putting it into perspective. Let's say you join tonight and you sign up 2 people this month. And then you help those 2 people get their 2 next month. And then you help those 4 get their 2 the following month. Folks, if you duplicate that for 12 months, and we ask everyone who joins this company, give this an 18-month commitment. So, folks, if you duplicate that for 12 months, you would have earned over $125,000 in 1 year. And here's the kicker. We're talking about that financial cancer that Dr. Reginald talked about. You'll be earning over $25,000 a month, walk-away income. Folks, who can say no to that? If you're brand new, get back with the person who invited you to this call, become a member of our team, join the family, and we'll see you all at the top. Folks, thank you for your time. All the guests, thank you for your testimonials. And if you have any questions, feel free to get back to me. We'll see you all at the top. Good night, everybody.